You've probably heard that billionaires are buying farmland, but what you probably haven't asked is why. Why is some of the smartest, most powerful money in the world quietly buying up millions of acres of rural land? This isn't about organic vegetables, this isn't about a hobby farm, this is about control, because whoever controls the land controls the future. Over the past 2 decades, billionaires, tech founders, and global investment funds have been buying farmland in huge quantities. People like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Ted Turner, investment firms like Nuveen, UBS Agriculture, Hancock Natural Resources, and massive private equity groups. Why does someone worth $100 billion want land in rural states that doesn't even make the news? It's simple. Because farmland is one of the most valuable strategic assets on Earth. It produces food, water rights, power grid access, mineral rights, space for infrastructure, and leverage over local politics. No matter what the economy does, people need to eat. People need water. People need land. Farmland is the one asset that doesn't go away. And here's the part most people miss. Owning farmland isn't just owning dirt. It's owning permits, zoning rights, and political influence. Why? Because rural counties depend on landowners, they provide jobs, they fund local infrastructure, and they influence everything from water use to local tax revenue. A billionaire buying tens of thousands of acres instantly becomes the biggest employer, the largest taxpayer, the largest stakeholder in political decisions. And this equals leverage, and with enough money, you can lobby for zoning changes, water use rights, industrial permits, renewable energy construction, and exemptions for massive commercial projects. This is where things start to get interesting. Once you own the farmland, you can apply to change what the land is used for, and that's the real game. A billionaire with deep pockets can get approval for things normal people can't, one of them being AI data centres. And data centres need massive cooling, cheap land, privacy power lines, and access to water. Farmland checks every single box, and with AI exploding, data center demand is skyrocketing, and this is why farmland is the perfect future site. Remote, clean, cheap, expandable, and politically controllable. Among those, renewable energy and battery storage. Wind farms, solar fields, and battery mega sites need huge open spaces. Buying farmland gives you land plus the legal pathway to turn it into energy infrastructure. Number 3, lab-grown and alternative proteins. As food tech evolves, plant-based meats, GMO crops, and precision fermentation, lab-grown proteins all require massive industrial facilities. And farmland gives proximity to food supply, low-cost real estate, zoning flexibility, water rights, and quiet locations for bioreactors. It's not about the farm anymore. It's about the infrastructure that farmland can legally support once you're rich enough to get those permits. Now, farmland has historically been low volatility, inflation resistant, cash flow producing, tax advantaged, and immune to technological disruption. As the world becomes more chaotic, farmland becomes the last real asset. It's not tied to the stock market, it doesn't depend on consumer sentiment, it's not disrupted by AI, and it's not replaced by software. You can't automate food, you can't digitize soil, and you can't fake water access. This is why farmland is outperforming traditional assets, and billionaires want what can't be replaced. Imagine a future where AI data centers operate on former farmland. Alt meat factories replace agriculture, renewable megasites replace crops, and distribution is controlled by giant investment firms. Food systems are centralized under private ownership. Does that sound dystopian? Or does it sound like the perfect business model? Because billionaires don't see farmland as nature, they see it as infrastructure. It's not cows and corn, it's power, food, water, zoning, logistics, and technology. They're not buying land, they're buying the future of civilization's supply chain. Billionaires aren't buying farmland to grow tomatoes. They're buying the one resource you can't print, land. And once you own land, you don't just own fields, you own policy, you own infrastructure, you own the right to build the future. Food, water, data, energy. Farmland isn't farmland anymore, it's the launch pad for the next century.